Beautiful morning, children. You're welcome to Divine Offspring International School Virtual Classroom. Our subject today is mathematics. Okay, today we are actually going to continue from where we stopped last week. Our topic for today in mathematics is probability with percentage. I repeat, probability with percentage. It's actually a continuation of what we treated last week. Okay, now we have some new words for you. I'll need you to look up these words in your dictionary. The first one is tossed. Can you see the word? Wonderful. Tossed. The second one is percent. Can you say that word? Good. Percent. Okay, we have another one which is percentage. Percentage. And the last one is probability. Can you say that? All right. Okay, these are some of the materials needed for this lesson. These are some of the materials needed for this lesson. You need a book. You need your brain for thinking, for mental work. You also need to be in a quiet room. And I'll need you to get your pen. Then you can pause this video to get your book and your pen for jotting. Right? Okay. Now, a quick quiz. Remember, we can't proceed into a new lesson without evaluating you on what had been taught before. Okay, a quick quiz. In a basket, there are 10 balls. If 5 are red, 4 are blue, and 1 is pink, and the ball is picked at random with replacement, what is the probability of picking a red ball? The second one, what's the probability of picking a pink ball? Quickly answer that. Okay, pause the video and answer the question. Okay, let's just proceed. The first one, the probability is equal to the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total outcome. Then we have probability of red. We have 5 reds there, right? We have 5 over 10, which when you break it down, you get 1 over 2. That's half, right? Okay. The second one is probability of getting a pink ball. We have just 1 pink ball there. Then we have 1 over 10. If you actually did that, bravo to you. Okay, let's now move on to percentage. We won't go deep in percentage because we had already learned about percentage last session. Then we are only going to look at a part of percentage and how it can be used in probability. Okay. Just a recap, percentage comes from the word percent, and it means out of 100. That means a number out of 100. And we can actually write 40%. That means 40 over 100 as percentage. Then when to write this 40 over 100 as percentage is written as 40%. You can see this the sign for percent, right? Okay. Then you can see that the denominator of the fraction there is over 100. 40 over 100. 100 is actually the what? Percentage. That's 40 out of what? 100. Okay. Then let's write 30 over 100 as a percentage. We also have 30%. Just put this in mind that percentage is a number out of 100. Now let's look at probability with percentage. Now I need you to note this, that to change probability to percentage, the first thing you have to do is to find the probability of the event happening. Then you multiply your results by 100. You first of all find the probability, then after that you multiply your results by 100. I guess you are confused. Okay, I'm going to explain what the first sentence I made before this. I'll give it to you as an example. All right, now look at this example to explain what I said before. In a bag, there are 3 red balls and 2 green balls. If a ball is picked at random with replacement, what is the probability of picking the first one, red ball, second one, green ball? Now, in each case, calculate the percentage probability of each ball picked. Okay, now we move on. We have 3 red balls and 2 green balls, and that makes the total of the total balls 3 plus 2, that is, which is what? 5, right? Then the total outcome is 5. Now let's go to the first question. Probability is equal to the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total outcome. Now the probability for red, remember the first question is what is the probability of picking red? Then the probability for red is equal to 3, because we have 3 red balls divided by 5. Then that's actually correct, right? Then the first thing you do, you find the probability of the red ball. Then we've gotten that to be 3/5. Now the next one is, let's find the percentage probability of picking red ball. We already know that the probability of red is 3/5. Then we want to change this 3/5 to percentage. Then what do? I'll multiply by 100. Multiply by 100. Then we have times what? 100. Then we have probability is equal to 5 in 100 will actually give you 20, right? Then we have, or you can actually decide to multiply your numerators together, or you can decide to divide. If I divide, I'll just say 5 here 1, 5 in 100, 20, then 20 times 3. But if you don't want to do it that way, you can just say 3 times 100. That gives you 300/5. Then dividing, you still get 5 here 1, 5 in 300 gives us 60, right? Then my final answer is what? 60%. If you still do not understand, I'll need you to replay this part of the video so as to get a better understanding. All right, okay, now let's look at the second question. Probability of picking a green ball. And we have probability of picking a green ball is equal to 2, because we have 2 green balls divided by the total outcome, which is 5, right? Okay, then the percentage probability of getting a green ball will now be equal to what? The 2/5. That means the probability of getting a green ball times 100/1, or 100, right? Then remember I told you there are 2 ways you can do this. Is either you divide 5 here 1, 5 in 100, 20, then 20 times 2 gives you 40, or you decide to multiply your numerator together divided by 5, right? Okay, let's use the second method, which I said, which is equal to 2 times 100 gives us 200, right? So that's 200 divided by 5. Now let's divide 5 here 1, 5 in 200 gives us what? 40, right? Then my final answer is 40%. Then the percentage probability of getting a green ball is 40%. Just note this, that for you to change probability to percentage, you get the probability first, the probability of getting the event first, then you multiply it by 100. Okay, now let's look at this. A number is chosen at random from 1 to 10. Find the percentage probability of selecting a multiple of 2. Now from these numbers, the multiples of 2 there are 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Then probability is equal to the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total outcome. The probability of the multiples of 2 is equal to 5, because we have 5 multiples of 2 there over the total outcome, which is also known as 1/2, or you can decide to leave it that way. Then the percentage probability of picking the multiple of 2 will be equal to 5/10 times what? 100 over 1. Then when you do that, we have percentage probability of the multiple of 2 is equal to 500 over 10. When you divide, you get what? 50. Then we have 50%. Okay, now I need you to understand this, that when you go deep enough into anything, you will find mathematics. Go down deep enough into anything and you will find mathematics. Attached to this video is worksheet. I'll need you to answer and submit to your teacher either through WhatsApp or the portal, the school portal. Till I come your way next week, I still say bye.